Namaste. Brahmacharya or outgrowing body consciousness. Most of us are, because of life's choices, circumstances, etc., most of us are focused on the body. Sometimes, some of us are focused on the mind. In fact, nowadays there are more people who are focused on the mind than even the body. There are problems. As long as one is focused on the mind or the body and the mind, we are intent looking for ways to entertain ourselves, to occupy ourselves, to pleasure ourselves. When we grow out of body consciousness, we overcome the need to be always constantly in search of pleasure, constantly in search of entertainment, something to occupy the mind, because the resources of the mind and the body do not find an outlet where their energy can be channeled and used in ways that are fulfilling. So those who are more body conscious, they might want to indulge, for example, in their love for food or too much sex, as long as they have the energy for that, and so on. Those who start following Brahmacharya or trying to overcome their body consciousness, they often move towards Brahmacharya, but they force Brahmacharya upon themselves. Brahmacharya is not just about celibacy, it's not just about semen retention. Brahmacharya is more. Brahmacharya means one actually outgrows their body consciousness, automatically almost. As our interests, as our focus moves to something other than the body, we become less body conscious. Like I said earlier, many of us become involved with the mind, which again creates its own sense of difficulty, disaffection, pain, etc. But when we are able to lift ourselves out of both the body consciousness and the mind consciousness, or being in that zone. So what is this mind? Mind is, thoughts and emotions combined. I'll come to this, I'll deal with this in another video. But for now, the basic idea is to overcome body consciousness. By watching our breath, we can overcome our body consciousness. Breath happens in the present moment, number one. Number two, this is the vehicle of energy. In many ways, energy in the body comes through the breath. And by being focused on the breath, we start moving away from body consciousness and also sometimes mind consciousness into something else. Where we want to take this will depend on us. But at least to be freed of the need to be pleasuring ourselves, to be searching for pleasure, etc. all the time. Once we are freed from that, we are open to pursue something more creative, something better, something more rewarding, something more fulfilling. So, to overcome body consciousness, it's good to follow Brahmacharya, but forcing Brahmacharya or forcing celibacy is never a good thing. It never brings the kind of results that we want, because the mind will be focused on the pleasures that we have held back from ourselves. So the mind is there, sooner or later it'll pull the body there as well. So the idea is to create conditions so that automatically falls away by the wayside. We automatically become not so involved in pleasuring ourselves or fulfilling the needs of the body per se, Now, what are the things? Food, for example. What are the things that body wants? Food, for example. Sex, for example. Or self-pleasure, for example. Masturbation. And there are other things, for example, one who is excessively body conscious, they will not be able to tolerate too much of temperature differences. it gets a little hot, they will not be able to bear that. It gets a little cold, they will not be able to bear that. But when we are less body conscious, we are hopefully able to deal with all of these things much better, overcome our pain when there is a little extra heat or a little extra cold. We teach ourselves to make do with a little less food than we would have otherwise wanted. And slowly, all these things begin to change us, move our consciousness away from the body, and then we can move to a higher dimension, because it's more rewarding, it's more long lasting. Thank you. Have a nice day. Namaste.